Asa coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Asa. Once again, emotional wins are the ones that are commonly acknowledged as important to the season outlook. We're not looking at being the top three this year, but can we still compete with the top three in the Big Ten? Clearly alluding to at least clearly alluding. Don't say no. Clearly alluding to the USC and UCLA games coming up on the schedule, Cash. He's saying he or she, Asa, that was probably.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I will say this. Basketball is any given day. Okay? We all know this. It's any given day. You never know how the ball is going to bounce. So technically speaking, anybody can compete with anybody in the game of basketball. If we played them best out of three, we're losing.
Nobody, but they're not playing. But they're not playing best.
That's what I'm saying. I said anybody can compete. Hell, Northwestern can compete. It doesn't matter. And they're 0-8. Yeah. So basketball is all about the way the ball bounces. Maybe if we shot how we shot at Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically speaking, yes, we can. The problem is.
Okay. All right. That's enough. All right. Asa, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate that. Timothy says, I don't think Iowa can play USC with the front court of Sid and Hannah. Kiki is bigger than Hannah and Sid. You got to start Hannah and Ava as the front court versus USC. Well, that's not going to happen.
Definitely.
They're not starting Ava Hayden. And I think obviously very unlikely that they just return back to Addie at the 5.
I predict a lot of zone.
I think it's a really tough matchup because of what they have with Rhea Marshall and Kiki Iriafen. I just think it's a matchup that, like I said, if Hannah was showing that she could play the 4, I think this matchup would be okay because I think you could put Addie at the 5. But if you put Addie at the 5, Hannah at the 4 probably isn't going to help you a whole lot offensively. She'll still score her points, but it won't help you as much as the 26 tonight did. But I also think then you'd move Sidafulter back to the 3, and now offensively, Sidafulter's playing someone that can guard her, that can match her speed, and can Kiki stay with Sid on the offensive end? Probably. I just think USC presents a matchup that Iowa cannot really match, and we'll see how it goes. They're gonna have to make threes. I think that'll be the big thing. You'd always talk about in a game where you're a big underdog. Come out and make 9-10 threes like they did tonight. That's always a great equalizer. And Juju's going to be tough to stop too. I mean, I don't know who you put on her because she's a big guard. I don't think people realize that she's not your normal 5'9" point guard. She's tall. I think it's going to take a culmination of things.
She's not your everyday Kachine Alexander. Just kidding, Cash.
I think you would need, Iowa's got to make something like 10 threes. They've got to rebound as well as they have all season.
There you go.
You've got to hope that Juju's had a couple of games this year where she hasn't shot it well. She's not a fantastic 3-point shooter, but she has games where she is. You have to hope that it's the night where she's a little inefficient, kind of what you always hoped with Caitlin if you're the opponent. She's going to score, but can it be an inefficient night where maybe those missed shots help you a little bit? But ultimately, I think a lot of things have got to go right. Maybe the crowd will help, though. I think that's something else as well. You can never underestimate, a spirited performance with kind of the things that are going around the game.
Yeah, I think if anything, a good character, a high character team, and I think this team is that. I don't think any of us are going to argue that this is a high character group. A high character group, if anything, is going to rally around something like Sunday with Caitlin Clark in the house and the jersey retirement, as opposed to allowing it to become a distraction. Well, what a dumb thing that would be if you allow that to become a distraction against the number 4 team in the country. So I do think we're going to see a test of character and leadership Sunday. Does actually guard Juju? Is it Sidafulter? Is it Kylie Feuerbach? I would have to think it's Feuerbach, but I mean, Linda wants to know.
There's no choice. It is Feuerbach.
Okay, so why isn't it Sidafulter?
Because Sid's got to guard their 4, and Kylie can't guard the 4 at all to save her life. So there we go.
Okay.
I predict a lot of zone.
Yeah. I think that's probably the only way to go. There's no way Iowa. First of all, I don't know that they can guard USC. I know we've been talking about the 4 or 5 thing. I don't think Iowa can.
We're going to have to be some tough sons of, okay, if we're going to guard them man to man and have a shot.
Yeah. they're going to struggle to match up with. They're going to really struggle to match up with UCLA, maybe more than USC.
Okay, you going too far. You going too far.
But I'm
just far.
Saying, you better figure that out because it's not a one game thing. They got a couple of games coming up.
Let's deal with one of the South Carolina teams at a time.
Yeah. Michael says, I think Michael thinks Iowa's going to beat USC on Sunday. Jenny says Sunday's going to be a blowout. She got a frowny face, so maybe
I'm not going that far.
Maybe she's a USC fan. Maybe she thinks that Iowa's going to blow out.
No, there's a sad face, so she's an Iowa fan. She's just a realistic Iowa fan. But go ahead.
Big game on Sunday, Kachine. I know it's a game in which a lot of people think Iowa has no chance. You have said before there's always a chance. So give me your keys. You mentioned some of the keys to being able to deal with their size and with Juju, but give me keys for Iowa to have any success on a big emotional day inside Carver on Sunday.
We have to shoot like we did at Washington.
Okay.
I think we're going to have to keep USC on their toes defensively. So we got to come out scrappy. We got to come out scrappy. That's the word I'm going to use. I do think we're going to play a little bit more zone, but I would say we have to shoot the ball at a pretty high clip. We got to come out scrappy, and we got to control the glass.
Okay. And is there any dark horse player? Is there any one player that you think? Is it Lucy Olson because of what she can do offensively? Is it Anna Stolke?
Dark horse player to what? I'm sorry.
Just the most important player that has to come out and play well. Is it Taylor McCabe? Hit 4 threes.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody got to play their role. Taylor got to hit 2 threes. Aaliyah got to do what she do. Hannah got to do what she do. Kylie Fearbach gonna have to play defense like she ain't never played defense before. I'd love at least 2 charges on Juju, but I'll take 1. Everybody has to do their part. Sid's got to be just a force to be reckoned with. She's got to be strong and just a brute down there. Everybody got to do what they got to do. We can't have one person who just ain't on. We can't do that.
If you could hit 3 of the hot takes that were flowing in on X earlier today, if you could hit 3 of those for Sunday, they might win this game.
Okay, they would. Because it was, they were good ones. Some of them were really good.
Take right here. Mitchell says Tegan gonna torch USC. That would be if she comes out and hits 4 threes, Tegan Mullaney all of a sudden out of nowhere, especially after you guys were ripping on her. Boom. That's it.
If Tegan Mullaney comes out and torches USC, I'm taking a shot online. It's period. This is what's happening. I'm taking a shot online, and I'm going to say, you know what, Tegan? My apologies. That's what I'm going to say. But either way, guess what? We'll see, won't we? Hot takes should be very entertaining. So everyone, please follow me at Kachine Alexis because I am definitely putting hot takes out there. Everybody get your hot takes ready for Sunday because I can't wait. And maybe this time we'll get somebody to get something.
Folks, my hot take is, here's my hot take. Iowa holds Juju Watkins to under 20.